Hello, my name's Kate, and today's video is going to be real quick. But I know one of my last videos I was talking about life transitions and different stages of your life. One of the things that I can talk about and recommend is if you're going through the transition of divorce or a death of a loved one, your spouse, things like that. This is kind of all in the same line, the same journey of that continuous learning. I'm always talking about, hey, I want to learn, I want to learn, I want to learn. There's lots of different things that I don't know about. I don't know a ton of the tax law. I don't know. I'm not seriously interested in that 100% where I'd want to sit down and study it to find out more. But what I am willing to do is spend a little money and go to a CPA and get their advice on what I should do. So the transition this year for 2024 will be the first year in 20 years that I am filing my taxes on my own, or potentially filing taxes on my own. Our divorce is not actually final yet, so I mean technically I think we probably could still file file jointly. Nonetheless, I went to a CPA just to say, hey, what are my projected taxes now that I would be filing head of household or single? And what they ask you for, they charge me about $175 to do this for me. They have a secure portal, and what they ask for is a copy of your last year's taxes, and then your most recent pay stub. So I sent that over to them. It took them just a couple of hours to do it. I'm so glad that I did that. And it's still a couple of months before the end of the year. So, you can pay your taxes until April 15th and file for this calendar year until April 15th. So I still have 6 months before I actually need to file and have to pay for this calendar year if I need to. But my initial reaction to what they told me was absolutely crazy, right? So they came back and they told me that I will owe about $22,000 for the difference in the tax rate and the difference in the filing status, right? So I just wanted to put that out there because maybe those are things that you're not thinking of. And when you go through any type of transition like that, there's a ton of things to think of, right? And so we can't think of all of them at all at once. But this is one that you really want to pay attention to, because you do not want to think about this in April when your taxes are due, and then you're like, oh my goodness, I have to come up with $20,000. One of the things that I've been doing since October of 2023, so just a little over a year now, is trying to get completely out of debt. And I said I bought a brand new car, so that's going to take me a little while to pay that off, but I should be able to have that paid off in the next 10 months. So I'm hoping that you will take my advice and not put these types of things off so that you're not surprised. So right now, because I know that I'm going to owe so much money in April, which is 6 months from now, I'm going to stop making the extra payments on my car, and I'm going to just start stocking that money away so that when it comes time for me to file my taxes, I'll be able to pay that bill and not have to borrow money. Like, one of the things that I'm trying to do and steer my life towards is to get out of debt completely, and then not go back into debt. Just pay cash for absolutely everything. And so far I'm doing pretty good with it. I can make more adjustments and be better at it and spend a little less money on food or things that I want to do. But for right now, I've made some really big adjustments in the last year and a half, and now that I feel like I don't need, I want to say coddling. I feel like I really coddled myself for a while just to be able to get through the day to day. So I wanted to just give a shout out to say that these things are really important. Your taxes, filing your taxes is really important. And if at all possible, you should be thinking of those things way ahead of time. $175, to give the CPA the information that they needed for them to give me the best advice that they can. Now, I have talked to my ex and said, send me a copy of your last pay stub and I'll send it to them, since we technically won't be divorced by the end of this calendar year. It's still legal for us to file that way, and I'll see what the tax comes out to if we're still married, filed jointly. And I know that it'll be cheaper. I know that it will, because the tax bracket is different. So I know that it'll be cheaper, and so maybe I'll do that. I'll still owe several $1,000s. There's no doubt about that, but I'll owe less, I think, if we do that. So I wanted to put it out there and just say, these are things. I don't know what your journey is. Mine is to get out of debt and to stay out of debt and not have to borrow money. So the last thing in the world that I would want to do is wait to find this information out until April, and then have to go get a loan, a personal loan, to be able to pay my taxes, right? So I just think that if you give this some forethought and you get prepared for it, that maybe you won't be blindsided by something as big as that. And then, of course, next year, moving forward, I will just adjust my withholdings in my paycheck, and then I won't owe any money at the end of the year, or if I do, it'll be less than $1,000. So I'll just adjust my withholding in my paycheck so that this new filing status doesn't catch me off guard moving forward. Anyways, if you are dealing with a big transition like that, whether it's divorce or the death of your spouse or your loved one or whatever, I would just highly recommend that you take some time and get professional advice on things that you're not aware of, whether that's a lawyer. I've been doing all these things, kind of just checking them off, going through the will, so I needed to get a lawyer, right? And then doing the taxes, I needed a CPA for that. So just, if you can't learn it all, just depend on people that already know it, right? Like, get other people in your corner so that you are getting the advice, wise counsel. The Bible tells us to do that. Get wise counsel, and then make your decisions from there, so that we're not knee-jerk reacting to every single thing that comes along in our life, and then thinking, my goodness, I just can't get ahead because of X, Y, and Z. Well, you really can get ahead. You just need to be prepared a little bit. So I hope you're having a beautiful and blessed day, and I can't wait to make my next video. I will talk to you soon. Bye.